I never imagined myself confronting a betrayal so deep, yet my wife's infidelity tore apart the life I believed we built together. What stung the most wasn't just her actions. It was a conviction in her eyes, the unspoken message that I was too distracted, too trusting, or simply too blind to ever catch on. My name is Ethan. For almost 12 years, I held on to the belief that my marriage was unbreakable. It wasn't perfect. Far from it. My demanding career often kept me away from home for long stretches, but every time I returned, there were comforting rituals that anchored me. A warm smile waiting at the door, a tender kiss placed gently on my temple, and a quiet, "I love you," whispered as we settled into bed. Those moments felt sacred, untouchable. Little did I know how easily familiarity could cloak deception, weaving it seamlessly into the fabric of everyday life. It began with subtle shifts. Claire became suddenly consumed by her appearance. She signed up for a gym membership, started buying bold outfits that clashed with the understated style she'd always favored, and began wearing makeup even on the simplest errands. At first, I told myself it was just her reclaiming a part of herself, a boost of confidence after years of routine and sacrifice. Who was I to judge her desire to feel good? But soon, more unsettling signs crept in. Late nights out with vague excuses, evasive answers about where she'd been, and hurriedly deleted messages. One evening, I caught sight of a notification on her phone, a message from someone named Jessica, followed by a wine glass emoji. Odd. When I asked, Claire barely looked up, muttering, "Oh, just someone from yoga class." Her tone was dismissive, her eyes avoiding mine. That moment planted a seed of doubt I couldn't shake. This wasn't just a friend. This wasn't just yoga. It was a carefully crafted lie. I resisted confronting her immediately. I needed proof, not empty excuses. Then one night, Claire said she was heading to a late book club meeting. Normally, I'd be stuck at work with a deadline, but I pulled a few strings, rearranged my schedule without telling her, and quietly followed her. I left the house as if nothing was wrong, but I didn't go far. When Claire stepped out, dressed in a striking red dress she hadn't worn in years, my heart clenched. I didn't tail her immediately. I gave her space, letting her think she was safe. A few hours later, I found myself parked across from a discreet hotel on the outskirts of town. Her car was there, parked under the dim lot lights. My pulse quickened as I approached the front desk, trying to sound casual when I asked if my wife had booked a room. The clerk hesitated, but when I showed him a photo of us, smiling at our last anniversary, and told him Claire loved surprises, he gave me the room number 204. Walking down the quiet corridor, my heart pounded, not from fear, but from a storm of fury, heartbreak, and raw betrayal gnawing at me. I didn't knock. With the key card in hand, I slid the door open. Inside, Claire's coat was tossed carelessly on the floor, her shoes scattered near the door. Then I saw her, partially undressed on the bed, laughing softly at something the man beside her said. He was shirtless, unaware of my presence, his back turned. Claire hadn't even bothered to lock the door. When she finally looked up and saw me standing there, the laughter died instantly. Her face paled, lips parted, but no words came. The man startled, yanking a sheet over himself like a flimsy shield. I stood my ground, voice calm but cutting through the heavy silence. "Don't let me stop you." The room felt suffocating, the weight of everything I thought I knew crumbling around me. Claire stammered, "Ethan, please. This isn't what it looks like." I let out a humorless laugh. Not because it was funny, but because she still believed I was naive enough to buy her lies. "I followed you," I said, voice steady but edged with cold steel. "I suspected for weeks. You just made it easy." She scrambled to gather her clothes, tripping over apologies. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. It was only once. But I was already turning away. I didn't yell. I didn't break anything. The truth spoke louder than any fight ever could. That night, my phone buzzed relentlessly, missed calls, voicemails, texts swinging from regret to desperation. I didn't respond. Sometimes, the strongest answer isn't confrontation. It's walking away and letting them face the consequences of their actions, the reality of losing someone who never deserved betrayal. After that night, everything shifted. The trust one thought we shared was shattered, crushed beneath the weight of her deception and the casual arrogance that she could keep it hidden. The worst pain wasn't just the affair itself. It was how she underestimated me, believing I would never notice or have the strength to confront the truth. In that moment, a profound truth settled inside me. Love alone isn't always enough to sustain a relationship. Sometimes, the only way to preserve your dignity and self-worth is to walk away. I lost the woman I thought I knew, but I held on to my integrity, my resilience, and my sense of self. And in the end, that made all the difference.